I just wanted to thank you all so much for getting involved in this, and we'll have a laugh. So, thank you very much.
Well, here we go. This is it, the moment of truth. That was enjoyable. That was flat and enjoyable.
Oh, amazing. Challenging in places. Sleet, snow, rain, sunshine. It's been amazing.
It's been good. It's been good. The sun came out for about 4 minutes. It's nice.
Well, when it's nice, it's the best. When it's not nice, it's not very nice at all. But we're smiling because it's nice now. Until the next shower.
The lights are locked and on. Turn back to spin.
So that, in a kind of snapshot of 3 minutes, was what we went through last week, and we would not have been able to do it without the unbelievable experience and help and support of our support riders and our support team, which was absolutely vital, because I don't think that was way outside our comfort.
It was. I mean, we knew it was going to be tough, but thank God for you guys, because I would have decided to dial off at some point. I would have gone to Liverpool instead.
So we've got Doyle, David and Penny, who were all involved one way or the other. You two guys were cycling along with Gary, who can't make it tonight, but you were our kind of experienced heads, because we had guys who had never cycled more than the length of their, maybe to school and back. That was about it, wasn't it?
Well, we still had people trying to find their helmets the day before.
Right,
It was quite an incredible grouping, and it kind of snowballed, the numbers snowballed, and as we were looking through it, you know, when you ask people, are you advanced, are you intermediate, or are you beginner, we had 3 beginners and 2 advanced. Everyone else just said, I'm in the middle.
No, I mean, it was an impressive group of people, and we didn't know what we were coming to experience-wise. And we're experienced cyclists, we've done a lot of events, we've done a lot of long distance cycling, and that was a tough gig for us, let alone people who have never ridden a distance. But it was amazing, it was absolutely incredible. And one of the things, a point I made this week to somebody was, we gave support we could offer encouragement, we could help with the mechanicals, we could offer the odd bit of food. We couldn't turn the pedals for them. Every single person turned the pedals by themselves in the room.
No, it was very, very much appreciated. I think for some of the guys. I mean, you were at the kind of tail gunning area on Friday. Now Friday started out beautifully. We were all here on Friday morning. It was lovely, and within half an hour we had hit tax. Your usual kind of,
we think we had about 15 punctures in that one area in the back of Scannyport there. So, it's clearly somebody that deliberately put the tax down there. Whether they were targeting the event or whether they were targeting cyclists because it was on the cycle route, we'll never know. But it was a horrible thing to do. But we got them fixed, and in some ways it made our lives easier because we knew what the problem was. It was a very easy fix. We didn't have to look for a problem in the tyre. But it set us back a little bit, but nobody got their head down. Everyone went, I don't care, we're getting on with this, we're going to raise the money.
It was pretty brutal. And then as we got the White Bridge, that was great crack. And we were all going, oh, this is great. There was songs, there was tunes, there was laughter. And then went a little bit further. And we had Cameron's tea rooms first.
Oh, wow.
Of course, that was absolutely fantastic.
That was when I got a phone call. So I was going to join in on the Saturday and come along and help with the support side of things. I volunteered these guys in the first place because I knew they'd be brilliant.
That was good of you.
And we were standing on the Friday morning, standing outside the bar here, looking at the interesting array of bikes that were about to set off. And we looked at one and went, that one's going to be interesting if it has a problem. And then only an hour or so later, David phones me up and says, are you busy? And I said, what are you thinking? He said, can you get a bike and bring it to Cameron's? Because we're going to change it for who is now the legend that is Chino.
He's pointed out, here he is in this photograph here. This is, as he's become christened, Chino. He walked in and got a Chino. And this is the amazing Benny Goldstein, I call him. He comes into the session, he's a great singer, great guitarist. And a week before he said, hey, can I join you? I went, yeah, sure, have you got a bike? He went, yeah, I've got a bike. And then 2 days before he went, has anyone got a helmet I can borrow? And then he turned up with a fleece and a pair of chinos and a pair of hiking boots, and he cycled the whole thing without any problem at all.
Once you've got a decent bike.
There are talks of logging his bike into a museum of some sort.
Framing his chinos.
He became an absolute cult hero with experienced cyclers like Craig, who's standing beside him there. He's got a full kit. Later, those boys were looking at him going, you can't seriously be going to cycle this. You know, it's just incredible. Anyway, he was an absolute cracker. We managed to get through. Friday night was hard.
I think we got the last cyclist in by about 7 o'clock at night. But he came in with the biggest grin on his face.
Duncan Chisholm.
Struggling not to be a little bit of a fanboy there, like a lot of the musicians. I'm a big music fan. People that I've seen live in the past, and Duncan's one of them. Absolute gentleman. Came in with a big grin on his face. He went home and got a shower, and he came back and he joined in with the music. Music was a privilege for us to sit and listen to. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, no, it was. It was really quite incredible. Saturday morning, it all started again as if nothing had happened. Thanks to some jiggery-pokery by the boss here, we managed to get us all onto ferries. We had ferries to catch, well, some of us didn't catch because we had to, Marcelly had to run to the toilet and miss the ferry. So there was 2 ferries involved in the whole thing. It was quite an incredible feat. Rob Wainwright, Scotland captain, British Lion, just the man behind the Doddies Foundation, all the cycling things that have been done. He joined us, and I tell you, that gave me a lift.
Absolute gentleman. Absolute bottom man.
Yeah. Did you get to cycle with him, Dave?
I didn't. No.
No.
We were.
Well, I did for about 5 minutes. And then I went, wait a minute, my wee legs. He's just kind of pottering along there. It was good. He was incredible, and you know, it was brilliant to have him. I mean, he came over from Oban, he came over from Cull the night before. He cycled up from Oban to catch us at Fort Augustus, but because of all the punctured tyres, he'd missed us. Just absolutely quite superb. And then we hit Jura, and we had quite an amazing experience. We had a Cayley in all the places before, really great music, and then I thought everybody sung apart from Hamish MacDonald. And that was the point. I shouted out to Hamish, come on Hamish, give us the fish man. Now, if you're offended by swearing, well, maybe things will drop off, I don't know. This is worth listening to, even if it does offend you some way or another. It is class.
It's brilliant. Yeah.
And an Afro smoky, and a couple of flukies. I 2 bits of lemon sole and a bit of mackerel. But I don't like the way that big codseed's looking at you, so Mr. Fishman. How much is that, my man? That's £23.45, mate, there you go. £23.45, Fishman. You're written a fishman. £3.35 a fucking fishman. Fishman. The fishman's furious. He's turning blue in the face. He says, do you think it's me that sets the fucking prices? I says, we take some back, mate. He says, get take up, mate. I've heard of all your fishing the wrapped him up, bud. I goes, you bastard. It's feeling nobody. He grabs a conger heel and he starts to clobber me. He hits me a wallop. I'm under the scallops. And I don't like the way that big codseed's looking at me. The fishman's mental. He's a fucking psycho. He plays me in the eyes with Roscaline. He hits me with a hit. He slaps me in the cupid with a turbot. A salted herring, a slimy sea bream, a salted line by a 6-line rocket sociopath. With pit and beam, a lion on the head. He doesn't give a fuck. He gets into his van and drives away. I'm finding pulverised, I'm totally traumatised, and I'm wobbling like a great big jellyfish. I'm walking down the road, psychotic episode. Everywhere I look, I'm seeing fish. I see pedestrians, they're amphibians. If the ones in the are turning into flukies, I see a polis. It's eating an octopus. There's a bunch of fucking lobsters in the bookies. I'm having nightmares. I'm having fright scares. I'm being haunted by a great big white-eyed cod, an ugly pollock, an evil lumpfish. I slapped the board and heap up for a halibut. I'm growing scales and gills. I'm on prescription pills. And they'll put me in a psychiatric unit. I'm ichthyophobic. They've diagnosed it. That means a fear of fish in my back and the fishman has exposed it. I've had a breakdown, complete neurosis. Now they're trying to find a way to cure my psychosis. They're giving me treatment, they're giving me counselling to find a way to live with my condition. I'm making progress, reduced anxiety, and I'm weaning my way off my medication. I'm back to community, it's an opportunity to live my life without the fear of fish. I'm walking down the road. I see a vehicle. It looks familiar. Here comes the fish man. He's in the fish van. Fuck this, I'm going vegan.
So that was the incredible Hamish MacDonald. Now Hamish actually won, I think it was second place in the World Slam Poetry Competition in Paris with that very poem. He's something else. And I think, you know, when we had Chino, everyone knew who Chino was. Everyone just looked at Hamish and went, fish. You end up with nicknames. But there's a nice little story to the end of that. Joe De Silva, you have to come in and...
I'm going to squeeze in between you two here. So do you remember when we were Eleanor Cormack had made all this amazing bacon, Eleanor and her mum. So we had the camper van, and the camper van doors opened at the back, and we were waiting for the team to come past. So I saw the first cyclist, I was like hanging out the back going, fish, snack van, come along to the snack van, hanging out the back of the van. I'm like, come to the snack van! And the guy slowed, and we just kind of went behind trees. And Penny said, "Stop shouting! He's just probably gone for a pee. Just leave him." So I gave him a minute, and I'm like, "Snack van, it's the snack van. Come along to the snack van," hanging out, waving. To realise this wee woman cycling along behind him, catching up, and went off with him, and it was none of our group.
Nothing to do with this at all. Nothing.
Anyway, on that embarrassing note, I'm out of here.
Kind of like something out of Father Ted.
It was a weekend of that.
There was a lot of it. Junior, I thought, was fantastic. We were joined by a couple of other people. In fact, our manager, Jamie Rogers, here he is, just taking it easy, chilling away. So that was Jamie. Jamie did really well. Marshall joined us, and who else? Ivan as well. They all joined. Brilliant to have them on board as well. And then we had the group photo, which I think you've probably seen as well. And then it got to the Saturday night party, and I've got to be honest, we came into Oban. At one point, I'd actually thought, I'm going to take my rain jacket off because the sun's come out. And I took my gloves off. I wanted to check the Doddies football scores. I took the gloves off, and I had 3 pairs of them on. So I thought, I'll not bother putting it. I turned round the corner. Wee Miles, the piper, who's about 3 stone wet, just about got blown into a hillside with the wind that came round us. And you're thinking, good God, it was quite incredible. Anyway, what a party we had on Saturday night, and we'd really like to thank Jared Rowan and his band for not only putting on a brilliant performance, but donating their fee as well for the charity, which was really brilliant of them. Here's Jared and the guys. Who were sensational. I mean, considering 80% of the audience were utterly exhausted, to see people Keeley dancing, jumping around, having a laugh, it was incredible, really, wasn't it? Really. Oh, it was brilliant. Now, at the end of that, Sunday morning, I was thinking, well, that's great. I'm glad we've done that. It couldn't have gone any better. We've raised a load of money. What a great camaraderie. What a great feeling. Somebody said, "Oh, you do it next year?" I went, I don't know, because it will never be the same yet again. But then somebody else said, M&D hasn't gone away. So until that goes away, we're stuck with doing this cycle. And it's given, in fact, Penny, I think we now have a McGregor cycle squad. Do we know? Yeah.
First Sunday of the month, each month, we're going to start having a cycle out of here. So from the bar, starting quite flat and short. On the gravel rides, we can move to some road rides as well. And just to keep up the enthusiasm. Ali was saying how enthusiastic he feels right now. We just want to keep that going, and so really support people to increase some of their skill set when it comes to cycling, so that next year, you know what, next year they can enjoy it even more and enjoy the cycling even more. It was fantastic this year, but it would be lovely for people to feel they can enjoy that too.
I think that for me was one of the things. The camaraderie in the community was quite incredible, and real thanks to all those support people who were in the vans. And you know, my mate Scott came all the way through from Aberdeen, you know, just to drive in the van. Randall in the van, Eleanor in the van, all the home baking. I mean, she baked enough cakes for 500 people. It's quite incredible. You have Mrs. Mac running around pretending she's in charge of a fish van. It was all that support. The Harbour Rugby Club, Whitebridge, all these people were so great. So we will do it again, but we're going to do it from open back up. But yeah, that's probably enough about the cycle. Apart from the fact, if you haven't donated and you're watching so far, if you could, please do, because we are not far away from hitting the £40,000. And until we get a cure for MND, it's going to need a lot more money. So please do donate. It's coast to coast. McGregor's Coast to Coast for Doddy. You'll find it on Just Giving page, and make sure you hit the button for the
Gift aid.
Gift aid. I keep forgetting that. Yeah, gift aid. I haven't recovered from last week. Have you? I feel like I've got jet lag. Anyway, thank you very much, Donald, David, and Penny. Thank you.
Thanks for letting us be part of the adventure, Bruce. Thank you.
Oh, not at all, not at all. So that is all our cycling crack. Now we've got more music. Michael and Angus are going to come back in and give us another wee blast of something. You don't see this in Jules Holland, do you? But this is what happens behind the scenes, you see. We're just getting Michael ready for his appearance in Jules Holland by doing it. You know, you'll be absolutely used to this kind of thing. I won't join in on the piano and play all the top notes.
I'm sure Jules Holland would like this wee song we're going to do. That's actually one of the first songs I sang ever, live, I think, one of the first. And it's Sinatra's You Make Me Feel So Young. Feel so young. You make me feel as though spring has sprung. And every time I see you grin, I am such a happy individual. The moment that you speak, I wanna go and play hide and seek. I wanna go and bounce the moon just like a big balloon. You and I are just like a couple of tots running around the meadow, picking up all those forget-me-nots. You make me feel so young. You make me feel there are songs to be sung, lots of bells to be rung, and a wonderful fling to be flung. And even when I'm old and gray, I'm gonna feel the way I do today, 'cause you make me feel so young. Ooh, you make me feel so young. Ah, you make me feel as though spring has sprung. And every time I see you grin, I'm such a happy individual. The moment that you speak, I wanna go play hide and seek. I wanna go and bounce the moon just like a big balloon. Because you and I are just like a couple of tots running around the meadow, grabbing up songs to be sung, lots of bells to be rung, and a wonderful fling to be flung. And even when I'm old and gray, I'm gonna feel the way I do today, 'cause you make me feel so, man, I just feel so, you make me feel so young. You make me feel so young, but I'm dead, oh, so young. You make me feel so young. You make me feel so young.
Michael, who will be performing here in about, well, half an hour, 45 minutes, something like that. So, I'm looking forward to hearing that. It's great to hear the piano being played like that. And what a voice. You are, a lot of people have actually said, I thought Michael was good the last time. This is blowing my mind. So, that is great. So, and obviously, the big news for you is the Canada trip is coming up in the middle of July.
Yes, so we'll probably be heading over toward the end of June. The concert's on the 6th of July. I'll be singing in the Broadway Theatre in Saskatoon with Saskatoon Symphony Orchestra, easy for some to say. And I just can't wait for it, I'm so excited.
That's brilliant.
It's blowing my mind that it's happening.
Yeah. I hear you got a good manager.
Alright, I mean, I don't know.
Anyway, we are just about to go for some more cocktail time, so we are going to look up here. Kieran from the Great Glen Distillery is
Kieran!
What are you up to here, Kieran?
So, we are doing an elevated version of a bramble. So a bramble typically using gin, lemon, sugar, and often berry-like liqueur floated on top. Our elevation is we're going to be using our pink gin. So we're going to use our Great Glen Pink. So awarded Best Pink in the year 2023 as well. Essentially, we'll be doing a little mixture. So we're going to go with a full double measure. So you have to get your money's worth with our cocktails. Full double measure there. Putting a little bit on the fresh citrus, so that'll be a little 15 millilitres of your lemon. Last night up until 4:30 a.m. I was batching this stuff. This is our bramble cordial. So this is a fresh batch of Scottish raspberries, strawberries, blackberries and brambles. And essentially it smells just like breakfast. And the amount of leftover compote for my roommates to put in their yoghurt as well. And then I do some homemade tinctures, one of which across the whole board we have yuzu and birchwood. We've got a caramelised banana. And the one we're going to use is a kiwi tincture. So it's just a little more elevation in regards to our cocktail.
A bit like a science class, actually, isn't it?
Very much so, yes.
Thought goes into this.
100%. So a lot of it is mainly just based on the food thesaurus, and you basically look at chemical pairings, a lot of different things. But also I've been running cocktail bars more than half my life now, so this is a fun little thing to take away from the sales side and just run like that. So, one thing we're dead proud of in this country in particular are fruit. Raspberries goes underrated in regards to our highest exports. We actually do a mass amount of raspberries. You know, 80% of our raspberries go to Dubai alone. Random fun fact, yeah, don't mind. So, but we've never really had a raspberry famine, do we? You know, we just produce so much.
Yeah.
So
what is that?
Now, I'm a firm believer that you eat with your eyes first. So we have passion fruit husk. Just open up and you gouge the middle out. So we're going to use an oleosaccharum for leftovers, all about sustainability. We've got blackberries, raspberries, fresh mint, and a wee Haribo Love Heart. Because why not? As for eating with your eyes, this is one of the finer ones you can have. Now you get to taste it yourself.
I actually don't think I am the right person to try it. I mean, I think it should be you, Mrs. Mack. But because you're holding that, I will. Oh man! Here, give us that.
Oh, that's
That is sensational, and they've actually concocted is the wrong word actually. You've worked very, very hard at putting this together. We have 3 absolutely beautiful gin-based cocktails. John Hutton Balfour, the great Glen. This is a nod to the Edinburgh-born botanist who pioneered the studies of wild brambles, Scotland. So there's that. There's the Sean Connery, which is an elevated martini, and the John Stevenson. Yeah, this is a Scottish-born mycologist known to be the first for gathering fungi. So there's Miles as well. What a night we're having. This has been an incredible programme. So much to get through, and I'm just wondering, have we almost got through everything? I think we have. So we might just play one last one. The guys will play a tune. The guys will sing a song, and that will probably do us. So that is some cocktail, isn't it? Yeah.
That's in Strathspey or something.
Yeah. G. He's got another gig to do. Thank you so much, Ali.
I'll see you on Sunday.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done, boy.
Make sure to donate. We've still got a bit of time left, so if anyone's got any spare change,
please do. Yeah. Please do indeed. Get those donations in. Well, we've got one more from Angus and Michael to finish us off this evening. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back next week. It might not be as manic as this programme, but we'll still be here. It's been great fun. Where are you going to go with, Michael?
We're going to be doing Have You Met Miss Jones? Me, Robbie Williams. Yeah, all good. All good. Have you met Miss Jones? Someone said as we shook hands, she was just Miss Jones to me. And then I said, Miss Jones, you're a girl who understands. I'm a man who must be free. And all at once I lost my breath, and all at once was scared to death, and all at once I own the earth and sky. And now I've met Miss Jones, and we'll keep on meeting till we die, Miss Jones and I. Whoa! My breath, and all at once was scared to death, and all at once I own the earth and sky. And now I've met Miss Jones, and we'll keep on meeting till we die, Miss Jones and I. Miss Jones and I. Miss Jones and I.
A lot more comfortable with the keyboard. But yeah, no, that's got a good tone to it. That was
No idea.
Oh, really?
No idea.
No, just no thanks. You tell us. That was great.
That was like great.
Him and Loudon are in the Hoots and Six. There's a lot. Michael's saying
That's something for the two of you.
Thanks, guys.
I can't believe it. I listened to you sing, and I think, and then you just start, you're like, it's almost like these steps, and suddenly you kind of plateau, and it's like, whoop, and then it goes, whoop. It's great.
When you're playing with the musician, you can go with them. Yeah. Playing with the backing track, you have to be very
just on the phone to Mark Stephen, who said I must come and say hello.
Oh, I love Mark. He's such a nice guy.
He is, and I'm stealing his voice again for Inside Forensic Science, and he does this a brilliant character every year with each series, but I feel like I'm slightly taking the piss because he always says, oh, I'll just do it for you, oh, it's fine. But it's like series 5 and I'm going, Mark,
Please let us pay.
can I just have another one?
He's such a nice guy, Mark.
Thanks for you guys coming in. It was really.
Oh, it was alright, I didn't know I was involved. As ever.
You always are.
Rent-a-go. I forgot your pedals, but I'll drop them off.
I'm not needing them at the
I went
moment.
to go and take them off and realised that it wasn't a pedal spanner I needed, and so it's an Allen key.
I'll just be used by
We've got
to get myself back and forth. I'm actually just starting to go back to do the gym, and I forgot about the top half for the last 2 months. So,
No, I can drop it over the weekend. I've got your extension cable as well.